Life is a big school. We all have to learn.
In the days of ancient Greece, the world was ruled by the gods, and their power was absolute. However, their reign was not always benevolent, and one day, the gods decided to unleash a great flood upon the earth. The reason for this was that the humans had grown wicked and cruel, and the gods saw fit to cleanse the earth of their corruption.
My gods and goddesses, the time has come for a great cleansing. The earth has become polluted with the corruption and wrongdoing of humanity.
Deucalion and Pyrrha were two of the few who were deemed worthy of salvation. They were a loving couple who were known for their kindness and compassion, and the gods saw fit to spare them from the flood. As the waters rose and the earth was engulfed by the deluge, Deucalion and Pyrrha sought refuge on the highest peak of a nearby mountain. There, they waited out the storm, watching as the world was destroyed before their very eyes.
I can't believe this is happening. Our world is being destroyed right before our eyes.
We must have faith. The gods have spared us for a reason. We must hold on to hope.
Days turned into weeks, and the couple feared that they would be the last humans to ever walk the earth. However, they clung to each other and to the hope that they would one day be rescued.
Do you think there are any other survivors?
I don't know, my love. But we must cling to the hope that there are others who have been saved like us.
And, eventually, the waters began to recede, and the couple was able to make their way down from the mountain. The world that Deucalion and Pyrrha encountered was vastly different from the one they had known. The once beautiful landscape was now a desolate wasteland, and the couple feared that they were the only survivors of the Great Flood.
What are we going to do now, Pyrrha? We are the only ones left.
We will survive. We will rebuild. We have each other, and that is all we need.
They knew that they had to find a way to save themselves and their people, but they didn't know where to turn. Deucalion and Pyrrha were filled with fear and uncertainty as they surveyed the desolate wasteland that was once their home. They knew that they needed guidance if they were to rebuild their world, and so they decided to seek the advice of the oracle at Delphi. They had heard that the oracle was all-knowing and that she might have the answers they were seeking. They hoped that she would be able to guide them in their time of need and help them save their people from the impending disaster. The journey to the oracle's temple was long and treacherous. The couple had to brave the tumultuous seas and the wrath of the elements to reach the oracle's refuge. But their love for each other and their determination to save their people gave them the strength to persevere. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, they reached the temple, exhausted but relieved to have found a place of refuge from the storm. As they approached the temple of the oracle, they were filled with a sense of awe and reverence. The oracle was known to be the voice of the gods, and her words were always wise and true.
Do you think the oracle will have the answers we seek?
I have faith that she will. The gods have spared us for a reason, and I believe that this is why.
The couple approached the oracle and asked for her guidance. The oracle gazed at them for a long moment, and then she spoke.
To rebuild the world, you must cast the bones of your mother behind you.
Deucalion and Pyrrha were puzzled by the oracle's words, and they left the temple feeling confused and unsure of what to do next.
What do you think the oracle meant by casting the bones of our mother behind us?
I don't know, my love. But I believe that the gods will show us the way if we have faith and trust in their guidance.
As they journeyed back to their home, the couple thought long and hard about the oracle's words. They understood that they needed to take action if they were to rebuild their world, but they were still unsure of what exactly they were supposed to do.
Perhaps if we meditate on the oracle's words, the answer will come to us.
Yes, my love. I have faith that the gods will guide us to the truth.
deep in thought as they tried to decipher the meaning behind the oracle's words. They pondered the phrase, "casting the bones of your mother behind you," and tried to understand what it meant.
What could the oracle have meant by casting the bones of our mother behind you?
Our mother is Gaia, the earth. Perhaps the oracle is telling us to cast stones behind us to create new life.
Deucalion nodded in agreement and the couple rose to their feet. They walked to a nearby field and began to gather stones.
What if the stones we cast become our new children?
That would be a miracle. But we must have faith and trust in the guidance of the gods.
The couple each took a stone and cast it over their shoulder. To their amazement, the stones transformed into human beings as they hit the ground. Deucalion and Pyrrha were filled with joy and wonder as they realized that the oracle's words had come true.
The oracle was right! Our stones have become our new children!
The gods have shown us their mercy and granted us a new beginning.
With renewed hope, Deucalion and Pyrrha continued to cast stones, creating new life and rebuilding their world. They would forever be grateful for the wisdom of the oracle and the guidance of the gods. The new inhabitants of the earth, the stone men, were strong, resilient, and fearless, and they quickly adapted to their new surroundings. They cleared the land, built homes, and started to rebuild their community. The once barren and desolate land was now thriving with life, and the people who had once been on the brink of extinction were now thriving. Deucalion and Pyrrha, the first parents of the stone men, were revered as heroes and were remembered in the annals of time as the couple who brought salvation to their people. They taught their offspring the wisdom of the oracle and the importance of following her guidance, and their legacy lived on for generations to come. With the new world now populated by the stone men, the land was once again filled with hope, and the people who had once been on the brink of extinction were now thriving. The story of Deucalion and Pyrrha and their journey to save their people was passed down from generation to generation, reminding people of the power of love, determination, and the wisdom of the oracle. The new human race, born from the stones, thrived and multiplied, and Deucalion and Pyrrha's descendants went on to become great leaders, explorers, and heroes. And though the Cataclysm had once threatened to wipe out all of humanity, the Stone Man and the love and determination of Deucalion and Pyrrha ensured that the human race would continue on. Their story was passed down through the generations, inspiring others to face their own challenges with courage and hope. And so, the tale of the Stone Man and the Great Deluge lives on, a testament to the power of love, hope, and perseverance.